Very good day to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Kanti Talk here on Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Herman Manyora, and I'm glad that you're here with us. Prof, how are you?
Good.
The dailies are reporting of the rise of sycophancy, looking at how our leaders across the country are responding and talking about the president, giving him praises left, right, and center, even where the president is actually wrong and they need to call him out. We've seen them fail to do that. Instead of defending the people and the constitution, to whom actually they swore an oath of office back then, it's like things are not turning right for them. What do you have to make of all these things that we are now witnessing? Are our leaders actually stooping this low just to impress the president and do according to his bid?
It's normal in politics for people to be sycophantic and to praise others. It didn't start with Kenya. It didn't start yesterday. It was already there. That's why we have the concept of a court poet. No. Yeah, the platitudes have always been around. People singing praises to leaders, to people in power. There's nothing new about that. Yeah.
But there is something also strange here, because this rise in sycophancy and the kind of appetite that these people are giving, especially to those who are from the Orange Democratic Movement Party, it's like this does not sit well with the people. Right now, we are wondering a situation where we are witnessing a situation whereby previously the likes of John Mbadi, Pio and I were very heavy critics of the government, but then things have changed. And yes. I hear that right now there's some of them who cannot actually go anywhere by road. They have to fly up there in the sky. What does it tell you about the character of the kind of leaders whom we actually choose?
Things change. Things change, and we change anger. And you see, in this country, and it's very unfortunate and very sad, money is everything. So people are led not by anything but just by their stomachs. And money, once you have money, it's like you redefine yourself.
We call it the home of engineers. We train you how to make engineering drawings. We have a brilliant drawing and detailing program that will not only train you how to draw and detail, but you'll also learn how to draw and detail using the software.
AutoCAD. By the time that you're going to university, you'll be able to do AutoCAD by yourself. Imagine if they are asking you to just do that project for them.
Once you have these tools, you will not only be industry ready, but you will be ahead of your peers in the job market, and it will give you a brilliant competitive edge while looking for a job.
I would like to advise the students who are done with maybe high school, and also if you've graduated from university, colleges, and you've done a course related to civil engineering, building, architect, so that you can join here, because it has a lot of practical works.
Welcome to SciTech.
You want to show who you are. You want everybody to know you are big. Helicopters all over, woo, and everything, and shoes and belts, and that's just how cheap as a country we are. Yeah, the level of pettiness that define our leaders is out of this world. Yeah, it's just hollow. We are hollow people. We are shallow, we are hollow, we are empty like a bamboo. Inside there's nothing. You see, a bamboo is very shiny outside, but inside there's just a hole inside. So our leaders are devoid of any self-respect, and the values count for nothing. Integrity counts for nothing. Honesty, and they don't stand for anything. They're just there because they want to be elected in parliament, so they will seem to be hitting at the government because that makes them popular from their side, so that they can get to parliament and get to power. They will, even before they praise Ruto, they will long have praised Raila. So they are used to it. It's a survival. It's not even survival. It is money and the stomach. Yeah.
Now, what danger does this actually portend to the leaders themselves? Because there are certain Kenyans who actually feel that they will be able to see through the sycophancy that these leaders are actually portraying right now. And these may actually injure their re-election bids come the year 2027. But there are some who are not bothered at all, especially for the likes of Oscar Sudi.
Yeah. They're not bothered.
Okay.
There are those who want to eat here and now. Tomorrow will take care of self. If they go back because they will have amassed enough money to use for re-election, if they are now ministers and they make all the money they can make in the short time they are ministers, then they use part of that to seek elective office again. There are those who calculate it to work for them. It may work actually. But there are those who even an honest assessment will show that they have no chance of making it, and they don't care. Some say, okay, I've never seen 100 million of my own since I was born. But by the time I leave this ministry, I will be having 4 billion. I don't care. I can live life on another lane. Doesn't have to be politics. So that's how it is. It's sad, but that's the reality. But there are those who will be injured more or less permanently. So I pity those who had some potential, because not all these people are useless. Among them, there are people with very serious potential. Some have demonstrated that potential. And some of them, age is on their side. So those are the ones I sympathize with, and I pity them, because they are destroying their future. Yeah.
Okay. Let's wait and see what these people will actually benefit from what they're doing here at this time. But then questions are also being asked. At what time are we going to witness a caliber of leaders who will actually stand firm and defend the Constitution and the people, instead of just doing what we're witnessing here?
If history is anything to go by, such a leader as you talk about can only emerge after a revolution. We have to have an overhaul of the way we do things, because a revolution brings an overhaul. I know there are those, when they hear revolution, they think of the bloodshed type of revolution. I'm just saying an overhaul of ideas and of looking at the world. Some very serious paradigm shift. Only that can produce genuine leaders. Because anybody joining the system today, whether being elected as an MP or what, you begin to see everybody around you is being defined by the car they drive, by what they put on, and so you just become part of them. So unless we radically make a departure from that kind of world, we create a new world, a world of ideas. If you look at history, there are always these long stretches where people are asleep in backwardness. So the most remarkable period was the medieval period, and the period also of the Dark Ages. Then there comes a period when people look at things differently. When people look at your car and they know it's just a means of transport, it's nothing more than that. It's actually nothing. There are countries in this world today where there's a serious decline in car ownership, because people are not driving. People are walking to work. People are riding bicycles. A car is just so that, to be honest, a lot of these huge machines are being manufactured for stupid Africans and other parts of the world. The people who manufacture these big machines don't use them. Actually, they wonder how you can have a V8 on the road in Nairobi. You look very stupid. But here, we are at that stage. A time will come when our car will just be a means of transport. A time will come, the public transport will be so well organized, you'll even ask yourself, why would I drive to work? So the need for these material things, so we're going to have good salaries, good pension arrangements, uptake of mortgages, currently at less than 30,000, it will move to 10, 15 million. It'll be easier to get your house. And life will change and people will begin to see things for what they are. They're just useless material things. But for now, we define ourselves by those material things and that's it. People do anything, will say anything, will compromise on anything to make some few millions.
Those who believe, if you look at how some of our leaders have actually been talking, if you look at even the likes of the leader of the National Assembly, the leader of course the majority in the National Assembly, Kimani Ichung'wah, and his counterpart on the other side, Kimani Ichung'wah even accepted to be called the Ruto'S kind of, you remember when he said that he's got no problem for anybody referring to him with such kind of words, even if somebody says that he's Ruto'S, he doesn't care at all, as long as he knows what he's doing at this point. But people also believe that these are the president's enemies because it's like they are actually seeing what the president is doing wrong, but they've decided just to turn a blind eye to it. What do you have to make of this?
You see, when kingdoms collapse, when empires fall, you can always trace the collapse of the kingdom, the collapse of the empire, and usually to the sort of people the king interacted with, the people he listened to, the people who had his ear. Sometimes it has been as useless as the king's son, or wife, or the queen's husband. But most of the time it is counsel from the wrong people. When the kingdom is no more, and you look down at history and the facts, you can all but agree that if the king had kept wise counsel, the kingdom would not have collapsed. Back home, from 1963, everything that has ailed this country, you can always see the sort of people who are pulling the shots around the president or with the president. Sometimes it doesn't mean that there are people who talk to the president and give him wrong advice. It could also mean those who should tell the king the truth and they are not telling him. They may not join the sycophants and sing the praise, but they may keep quiet. Yet, they have the presence, they have the voice, they have the history, the training. They have a lot going for them so that a word from them would have changed the course of history. But they chose to keep quiet. So basically, yes, it's men and women in a position of influence to the emperor that could be said in more ways than one to be responsible for the collapse of the empire when it collapses. Yeah.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it here on Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. Weigh in and tell us what you think about how some of our leaders have actually been speaking in this country with relevance to what is actually taking place and some of the government policies that are being put forward by the Kenya Kwanza regime. Allow me to stop for now till we have this conversation again. Have yourself a lovely day. Thank you for watching. My name is Evans Okinyi.